Greetings, class. Welcome to week 2 of business plan development. I want to go over what's due for this week. First chapter that's due is going to be your target market, or who you sell to. Every chapter should start with your 1-minute pitch, so you should have it down to a paragraph, hopefully by now. In addition to that, I look for what the demographics are for your particular market. If it's individuals, we look for things like age and marital status and income level. If it's businesses, we look at the industry they're in, kind of money they make, what their credit ratings are. But again, start with your pitch, then go to your market description, then go to the market size and trends. So give me an idea of how many customers you expect, and is that group growing or shrinking? Who are those target customers? Paint me a good picture of what the profile is. Now, this can always change in the future once you try executing it, and just like any other plan, it can change with time. Then, so you're going to talk about your target customers. Then you're going to talk about your market readiness. In other words, is the market ready for you? And are you ready for the market, or are you going to have to create the market? That's one thing investors will look at is are you taking customers away from other people, or are you having to create an all-new market? And then the last thing is your strategic opportunities, what I call low-hanging fruit. And what that is how quickly can you start converting this prospective target market to a customer, and how long do you think this can last? Okay, second chapter is going to be competition, and the competition, again, start with your pitch. Then you're going to be identifying the categories of your competition. Again, I look at direct and indirect. In other words, who do you compete? Who do you compete with day to day? Who do you compete with for the money? And again, you have to remember that you're competing for entertainment dollars, so you do compete with other groups. But again, you're not. If you're doing events, you're not competing directly with Live Nation. But if somebody has a Live Nation show coming into town or nearby, it's going to take some of those dollars away from you. Then look at your specific competitors, local. Identify at least 2 that you compete with every day. And then think about the national chains, just like a Live Nation or a Universal or a Disney. Those would be some other competitors. And then you have think about how much of the market you expect to get. How much, again, as I tell the class, if you're 1% of $1 billion market, you're $10 million a year. So again, don't feel bad about not taking over the world. Then what are your advantages over your competition? Again, differentiation. Your primary strengths, or what weaknesses of your competitors you're going to take advantage of, or what is something that has happened in your industry that puts you ahead of your competition that are still there. Then look at your barriers to entry. Again, how quickly is it that people can get into your sector? Investors like to know that it's tough to start what you're doing, and you have some expertise or equipment that others would have to buy, or it would cost them a lot of money to get into it, or time. And the last thing are strategic opportunities. Same thing as the last one. What low-hanging fruits out there? What competitors can you take advantage of? I always look for my competitors that are going through changes, because usually means that the other people in the company aren't really going to be doing too much. So that gives you an opportunity. Now, in the marketing, the third chapter that's due is your marketing plan and sales strategy. There again, you start with your pitch. Then you're going to give me your differentiation pitch. Why are you different than your competitors? How did you meet your customers' needs? In other words, you're going to have features. They're going to get benefits out of it. What are the primary benefits your customers are getting that you offer? What advertising are you doing? And again, think about at least one traditional method, not just your SEO, Again, think about where those first eyeballs or ears are going to come from. Then get into the sales mechanism. What I look for there primarily are the financial controls you put into place. Who can handle the money? Who can sign contracts? Are you going to have credit cards? All those things are things that go into sales. And, sales is a tough thing if you've never done it before. So think about who's going to be doing the sales in your organization. You may be good at marketing, but again, marketing brings them to the door. Salesmen get the money out of their hands. And that's what the investor is going to be interested in is how are you getting the money away from those customers? Because again, you can, as they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Same thing in business. Advertising brings them to the door. Somebody's got to convince them to part with their money. Okay, we'll look forward to the next one. Week 3, we've got 3 more chapters due, so look for that video.